Oh! Oh! De Bruyne just hit the post, Bray! I think De Bruyne just hit the post. Oh, no, I don't even think De Bruyne touched it, you know.
Yes, people. You know, I had to throw that in there. It's good seeing LB back. It's good seeing LB back doing watch-alongs because LB, along with Saeed, is the most clippable guy. In fact, no. Do you know what? Actually, Hamza, I'll put Hamza up there. But LB is...
Hamza is top-notch.
Oh, I need these people in my life to clip up. Sorry. Did you see that? So that was from this afternoon. Check out...
What? He was watching Napoli.
Oh, yeah. But check out in the top left corner. Check out how he's done the score thing. And check out what happens.
Oh! De Bruyne just hit the post, Bray! I think De Bruyne just hit the post. Oh, no, I don't even think De Bruyne touched it, you know.
Wait. Did De Bruyne not even touch the ball?
How can he go from De Bruyne just hit the post to... I don't even think De Bruyne touched the ball, you know. How can you go from that to that? Only LB can be gassing a player. But I don't know if he thought... Maybe he thought De Bruyne was Argentinian. He loves to gas up an Argentinian. But anyway, what are you saying, Patrick? We have not caught up for quite some time, you know.
Yeah.
We spoke about other things. We haven't actually caught up on a stream. No.
It's been me. I think I've been busy and doing a lot of things. So doing a lot of traveling and doing a lot of things. So that's why. And then with the work thing and everything. So that's why. Yeah. But I've been watching your streams. It's just that I think we haven't been on a stream in a long time.
Yeah. Bo, and congratulations on the job as well. Good luck, man. Very good luck.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you.
So yeah, well, what has changed since we last spoke? Right, bro. In fact, you know what? I think it is that long that I don't think last time we spoke, we might have even been in for James Trafford.
No, was it that time when Alan was gassing up James Trafford? We were not in for him, but he was gassing him up. Then he sent me a clip. Remember, because I have that last message from Alan, a clip. Yeah, wait, have you met Alan? How excited is he? Because he must be excited.
Bro, yeah, he's very excited. But now the thing is, right, it's like Alan's been given this superpower. Because remember, bro, we have to think, this was from the start of the transfer window. And from the absolute start of the transfer window, Alan has been screaming, we need to go in for Trafford. We need to go in for Trafford. To the point where we used to sit on streams and go, Alan, there's no links of us and Trafford. James Trafford is going to Newcastle. He's as good as agreed terms, right? So we had, and now that he's actually ended up coming to us, now Alan's running this, like he's going really, and I hate to say it, but what he said last week, right? And last week, I was again going, look, it's not happening. He was saying Grealish is going to end up staying. Right, I was going, bro. If Alan gets this right, he's the ITK. He's the Grizz Khan of Man City's fan base.
yeah. I saw. I don't know. I saw a video. I think you did a video saying Jack Grealish. No, was it you or somebody? Or you or LB? It clicked on my phone when I was driving. It says Jack Grealish is staying. Is it true? Like, who reported it?
So ultimately, bro, this is what it was me that I put a video up earlier, right? And it was pretty much because what I'm doing is I'm trying to do just quick videos, just kind of talking on news. And it came right. Let me put out what came out. It came out that Jack Grealish, right, while at Oasis at Heaton Park, had a warm chat with Pep Guardiola, right? And it's made him think that maybe the right club for him to be at this point is Manchester City. And so he's thinking maybe he should just stay at City. Now, bro, you remember the video of Jack Grealish at the Oasis concert?
Yeah.
Remember how drunk he was?
Yeah.
Right. So what happened was Jack Grealish was drunk at Oasis, where I'm pretty certain Pep had a couple of beers as well.
Yeah,
right?
he was also drunk. Yeah, Pep, you
Right,
could
yeah.
see from the.
Right. So they're both drunk, right? And we've got proof of Grealish because we saw him talking to City fans afterwards, right? They started doing the Poznan together, right? And now Grealish is actually thinking, do you know what? Just because I had a chat with Pep Guardiola at a concert, maybe I should stay at City. Now, I hope it is not that. Because realistically, what type of conversation did they have at Oasis to make Grealish think, actually, do you know what? I should stay there? Because for me, I think for you as well, look, for both of us, we're the same. We both like Grealish, and we like Grealish in the 8 or 10 role, right?
Yeah.
But last season, when we needed Grealish so badly, Pep didn't start him.
Yeah.
So now that we've got, Bobb back. So the whole thing is, if you're looking at Grealish as a winger, then you're saying he's competing with Bobb, Savio, Doku, right?
Yeah.
And then also the fact that Foden could probably play there as well, right? And then if you're looking at as a 10, you're saying he's competing with Cherki, Foden, and Marmoush. Sorry, in both. Marmoush is there as well. I forgot to mention Marmoush. And then even if you say, maybe Grealish in a bit deeper 8 role, well, then you're putting Reinders there as well. So at this point, I can't see how having a quick chat with him drunk at an Oasis concert can make you think that staying there is a good idea.
Yeah, what about that? Because now, do you remember when you and me were like, why is, with that speech he made when he was drunk with the fan? That speech seemed like he was like, do you get my point? Now these things might make sense because I was like, why is he saying that? Do you get it? The way he said it, that I love the Man City fans, I love this club, man. I was like, why is he emphasizing on these things? Remember how he was emphasizing?
I hear what you're saying.
I know he was drunk, but with the talk you're talking about, for the fact that in that clip he starts saying that, maybe, I don't know, maybe they had a chat. Sometimes...
Maybe they did, but my whole thing is, bro, look, from seeing that interview with Jack Grealish, right, if let's imagine I was out at the Oasis concert, and I saw a girl, and this girl was in my ear talking about how, right, and then I see that video having a chat with some other people and see how drunk she is, I'm going to go, do you know what? I probably need to take that with a pinch of salt, right?
Yeah.
Now, Pep's seen that he said they had a warm conversation. Of course they did. It's his manager. They've seen each other at a concert in VIP, pissed up. For me, it's news because at the moment there's no news coming out of City, but there could be legs to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in training, he has looked quite happy from the pictures.
Do you know the thing about Jack Grealish? Jack Grealish is a funny character. Like,
very funny.
You look at him during season, like this last season when he was getting injured, he didn't look slimmer. He looked a bit big, but not slim, but it's still fit. It's still Jack Grealish. Every time he goes to training, when shit happens, he slims himself down. Have you noticed that? He slims himself down. He comes back fit and fitter than everybody. Then he fucks it up again in the season where he gets... I don't get it.
Jack Grealish, like, you always see it when he's away on holiday. Firstly, often, for whatever reason, if you go away on holiday in the sun, right, it's easier to lose weight straight away.
Yeah.
It's easier to eat healthier abroad. Now, of course, liquid, right? I get that. Yeah. But if he's up training, he'll sweat that out very quickly if he's drinking plenty of fluids and everything. But I do agree. He always comes back from the summer looking trimmer than he went.
He does. I've noticed that he always looks like the fit one out of everybody. Like, looks like he's the one who's then somehow throughout the season, things just go downhill a bit. Because you remember, it was him who was the star of the preseason. Do you remember? It was him. He assisted. Remember that other preseason? He assisted Haaland. It looked good. It looked like it was.
Yeah.
I remember that preseason. It was like Jack was the one standing out. Remember, they even gave him the captain's armband. It was during Haaland's first time when he came here. There was a preseason, and Jack was the one looking like this guy is hungry. I think Pep also made a comment that Jack has come back fitter than everybody. Then boom, remember? He came out and then he just got injured. And then
that, I think this is the thing when we talk on Jack is like ultimately we appreciate him on the pitch. We love him. Some of us don't love him, but most of us do love him. This is no longer my opinion of whether I want Jack to stay or not. for me, I just can't see why it'd be right for City or for Jack. Because for Jack, based on last season, I can't see why if he didn't get game time last season, he's going to get game time this season, right? Now, Jack Grealish does look happy in training, right? And we do know that everyone loves Jack Grealish. You know, him and Erling Haaland are very close friends.
Yeah.
When Erling Haaland's first season, him and Grealish, they owned apartments above and below each other, right? That's how close they are. So him and Jack are very good friends, yeah? You can tell the rest of the players there love him. And right now, you'd say, actually, do you know what, yeah? Jack won't be impacting the team spirit. In fact, maybe even he'll be quite a positive character to have around because he's just come back from the summer. But if Jack Grealish, if we start the season with Grealish, and let's say we get 15 games in, it's World Cup season, and once again Jack Grealish is sat on the bench, that's not going to be good for the team. It's going to create disruptions again. So look, if Pep has really left a door open, but where would you see? Like, let's go to a world where Pep has said, "Do you know what, Jack? I want you to stay." Right? Where would you see Jack fitting into this City team at the moment?
To be honest with you, it's the fact that, to be honest with you, looking at how sometimes last season we played, and for the fact that, look, I'm not really a fan of this keep ball, but the fact that we've got new characters in the team, Jack Grealish at the left wing doing what he was doing during the treble season wouldn't be bad right now because of who we have now. Do you get it? Let's say you deploy a Cherki. Like, let's say you deploy a Cherki at 10 and Jack Grealish is holding on to the ball. Cherki connects with him, isn't it? Cherki creates. Like, that's what was missing. So when Jack Grealish, I think when De Bruyne was the peak of his powers, all these guys were all good. It looked good because they could carry the ball from him. But for me, I don't know. I just feel like even right now, even with Cherki as a number 10, I'm telling you, I still say this stuff, that whenever I look at Jack, sometimes even over Foden, which is bad, I'd rather throw the ball at Jack for number 10 because I think he's creative. I just think he is very creative, but I just think Pep Guardiola just wanted whatever Jack had as an ability to keep the ball. I think that was his curse. Pep was like, well, I finally found a Bernardo Silva who can go left, because he used to put Bernardo Silva right to hold the ball, to just hold on to the ball, track back. But for me, I don't know. Even last season, I remember I was like, even Jack himself, when he came on, remember he created against Madrid where he flipped it over to somebody. I remember he just flipped it over like a KDB pass, just an easy one, and that's how we unlocked Madrid and we scored. Remember? And
do you know what?
He did a few things like that last season. That's what I'm saying. I when you watch him at Villa and giving him freedom as a number 10, he just looks more creative than Foden. That's what I keep saying, and it doesn't make sense that. I don't know. I would still keep a Jack Grealish because even if you think about it, Echeverri is going out on loan, right? So if you look at our number 10s, we don't have a lot of creativity apart from Cherki, Foden a bit, and who else? I really don't want to deploy Mamouche as a number 10.
I don't think a 10 now. I'm not that. Bobb, I have heard Bobb in a 10 can cook. Apparently,
yeah,
Bobb,
but do you get my point? Like, I just feel like it's just unfortunate that this has happened because I felt that when KDB leaves this team, maybe just give the keys to Jack. Let him be free. Let him be the one who carries the ball. Because every time he carries the ball, you and me have watched him. Every time he goes down that middle, carries the ball, he's so dangerous. Nobody can touch him.
But for me, that's where I see Jack Grealish, like, for me, where I honestly think he if there was a time for Grealish, it was last season, right? Remember when Rodrigo was injured, that period when Kovacic was injured.
When KDB's powers were going down.
Let me, and right, and the awkward conversations on De Bruyne, right, is last season, like someone said, De Bruyne half fit is better than Jack Grealish, right? De Bruyne last season was in the games I saw, I can only tell you a couple of good games De Bruyne had last season. That does not...
Crystal Palace.
Yeah, that's not De Bruyne slander. De Bruyne is still a go and still, for me, the joint best player along with David Silva. But last season, Kevin De Bruyne's legs were a big issue, right? He was blowing out his ass by the 60th, 70th minute. Because it was Kevin De Bruyne, he didn't get the smoke that the other elders got, right? Because of who it was. But he was blowing. Now, at times last season, Jack Grealish would have dropped deep, picked up the ball, driven at defense, not even driven at defenses, just driven away from our half, got the ball into their half, and either created something, got a free kick, or just kept hold of the damn ball and took the pressure off of the defence. But for me, I'm not going to say I'd rather Grealish in the 10 than Cherki or than Foden, but I would say the key with Grealish is the balance that he brings to the team, right? I think the Bernardo Silva thing was a really good way of looking at it. I think those two, they're there for balance, right? They're there for ball retention. And I know some people don't like ball retention, but someone said to me the other earlier on the video, right? They said, let's be real. If Jack Grealish was in that Al Hilal game, what would have been different, right? And I said, I can give you 2 examples of what would have been different if Jack Grealish was in that Al Hilal game. We would not have given the ball away as much, right? Which, when you give the ball away, City are there to be hit in transitions, right? Jack Grealish stops that because he holds onto the ball now. Now, if you don't like that...
So you put him exactly where... So you remove Gundogan, you put Jack there, I think we win that game.
Oh, and the other thing is, like, Grealish gets back. Grealish really runs back and puts in challenges. So again, I do think Grealish worked. But for me, again, this isn't about what I want. I just can't see a world where he gets in his team. Like, and let's be, if we look at the winger side of things, Doku had a better season last season than he did his first season, right? Yeah. And last season, we were all waxing lyrical about Oscar Bobb after pre-season, right? So we have to be fair and say, do you know what? Doku had a damn good Club World Cup as well. So at this point, there shouldn't be any Doku slander, unless you want to say second season, don't feel he's done enough yet, which is fair, right? You can't say Doku is one of our... For me, in the last 2 seasons, Doku's up there as one of our better players, right? Savio has only been here for 1 year, and we still haven't really seen Savio on the left, right? We all want Bobb, and we see Bobb. So I'm kind of thinking, this isn't about what I want. I'm not even going to say what I want because I'm not sure anymore, right? I just can't see a world where Pep puts Grealish on that pitch. Now, I've got to move on to something with you, Patrick. There's a few people since we haven't spoke, and maybe I am, you know, what is it? You have to have the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe recently I've been, well, not recently, but up until a few weeks ago, maybe I was the angel on your shoulder, making sure that Mr. Patrick was still playing nicely and backing the boys, right? I've been away, so I haven't really watched streams, but there's a few people in the comments. Have you been being naughty about City again, Patrick?
No, people are touched by two things. Okay, number one, you know yourself, Daps. When I'm on my channel, I have never banned anybody from the comments. I've never blocked anybody. Nor have I banned anybody. People have argued with Martin on my channel. They've argued with Carl. Like, they've argued with the people on the panel, but I never block. I leave somebody and say you've got freedom of speech. Now, there was somebody who started attacking Kelkster, saying, "Oh, she's a fraud. She doesn't know what she's saying." And then they were like, she pays people to get on their channels, like it's spouting rubbish. So I left it for a few minutes. Then I wrote it down. But the funny thing is, whatever she says, every other male YouTuber says it. We all say the same stuff with our opinions. We all complain. We all complain about somebody. But now, what also touched people is people were glazing Trafford a lot. I was seeing world class in the comments. Trafford is world class. Trafford is better than somebody says Trafford will be our GG Buffon. Somebody says Trafford will be better than Edison. So I told people that, okay, I'm going to give you a fair warning. If Trafford drops a stinker, I'll come with the same energy you're coming for Edison, because I was like, you guys give the kid a season, give him time, give Trafford time. Then somebody's like, oh, I have watched him at Burnley. So I said, Burnley is not Madrid. I was like, Burnley is Burnley. I was like, I have watched Calvin Phillips become the player of England, the best midfielder in the championship. Calvin Phillips come to us. The pressure is different. So those are the things I think touched people on the last stream. I did block one individual because he went a bit far insulting my co-host and the people on the panel. And then somebody ask the question.
If people ultimately, this is what I always say, you know, I know there's a lot of disagreements that go on in the comments, and sometimes comments overflow into the panelists and whatever. And listen, I used to be the worst at swinging out at people in the comments. And like, for me, like my view on here is very clear. If you have a different opinion, your opinion should not, and this is to the mods as well, who do an amazing job. Anyone just giving their opinion should never be blocked. But if it starts getting personal, then obviously at that point, you know, we have to ban them. But no, let's talk on Trafford. So, I can't lie, bro. If you don't like Trafford Glazers, then I'm probably not going to be your flavour today. Because
no, it's not. I think people. You know what? I think people misunderstood me. I told people that give the kid time, because there was a lot of slander towards Edison. So I think
I just picked up that what you're doing here, what you were countering, and this is a problem. People sometimes don't listen and understand the full thing. So right now, what it sounds like is you're saying you're defending Edison, right? And it's a bit like right now, I could say, look, let's be honest, Kovacic was better than De Bruyne last season, right? And someone would go, Daps, why are you running an agenda against De Bruyne? It's like, I'm not. Trust me, like, we should not be running agendas on Edison. We should not be running agendas on any City person. But bro, I'm here for the Trafford Glaze. I'm going to keep saying it, bro.
And you know what hurt them the most? Because you know me, I'm a troll. So I told them that if Trafford drops his think, I'm running the nastiest agenda they've ever seen in their life. So that
right. So I'll be right. Who do you think starts in goal, though, Edison or?
Can I be honest with you? Somebody sort of, I don't say exposed me, or somebody sort of gave me a sort of a runaround on something. So do you know the fact that all of us have been preaching? How long have we been preaching, YouTubers, that we want to rebuild, right? We want to rebuild. Let's start afresh. Why are we leaving Nico G on the bench? Somebody flipped that on me, Daps, when I was defending Edison. When somebody asked me that, who I was starting on the goal, I was like, Edison. He's like, Patrick, I thought you said we have to give opportunity to the newbies. It's evolution. The old guys have to go. So it's like, why would I give a keeper who doesn't want to sign an extension to a guy who is hardcore Man City? And you say you want Nico G in the team. Why don't you put, what's his name? Why don't you put Trafford in goal? So I sat there for minutes and he got me. Because I've been saying Nico G has to play. The other guys have to stay on the bench. So he got me with that one. To be honest with you, I think, I don't want to sound evil, but I've been thinking about it. Edison doesn't want to sign an extension. This is business, Daps. It's not friendship. He is refusing to sign that extension. It's 11 months now. Then just give it to Trafford. Then I'd rather start seeing Trafford make those mistakes. But yeah,
do you know what I guess, you know, JMCFC knows quite a lot, so maybe he knows this. But from my understanding with the whole Edison thing is there was a contract there for Edison to sign. Edison wasn't sure if he wanted to sign it or not. Edison has been getting hate off of City fans, and he wears his heart on his sleeve, so we know that'll impact him. But from what I've heard, Edison and Pep have had a chat, and Pep and City have given Edison the blessing of stay for one more year and you can go on a free. Now, and I believe that, because if you look at the things like I always list it. If you look at, right, let's go through the years. Vincent Kompany, David Silva, Pablo Zabaleta, Yaya Toure, Fernandinho, Gundogan. All of our, and by the way, you can see where I'm going. Every single player that I'm listed, if you're not seeing them as a legend, you're definitely seeing them as a cult hero, right? And every single one of them put in an absolute shift for City, right? And they got allowed to go on a free contract, yeah? They got given the blessing of, do you know what? You've put in an absolute shift for City. You've won all these contracts. You can go on a free contract. And if you think Gundogan's the perfect example, we let Gundogan go on a free contract. In hindsight, bringing him back maybe wasn't the right thing, but we let him go on a free contract. Now, where we are with Edison, we could have given Edison an extension, right? And he could have signed that. But if he signed an extension on an extra, let's say an extra 50 grand a week, right? and then he dropped off next season, we'd be in the same situation as we would John Stones, right? Where it's, maybe
stuck with him,
So I actually think this is the best thing. Like Edison, I don't want Edison to sign a new contract, I don't. I'm happy with James Trafford. I think it gives, and if James Trafford was to fail, I think we could bring in another keeper. But I think
so what do you do? Do you do what the guy told me? Because the guy did trick me. He said you want Nico G to play. And if you want Nico G to play, why don't you play Trafford? And I sat there, I was like, yeah, if I want change, then let me just play Trafford. Then I think I'm with it.
Do you want people, just really quickly, comments, you're talking about Celt stuff. She's not here. There's no need to talk on her. And furthermore, like I'm not gonna start blocking people, but like be respectful. It's her opinion. Same with everyone here have their opinions. But let's move on from this and talk about football, not someone that's not here to defend herself, because that's not what I'll ever want this channel to be about. Although actually what we do is talk about footballers that aren't here to defend themselves, I guess. But anyway, right. So are you thinking Edison starts the season in goal?
Yeah, but that was my thing at first. But now I'm thinking, I was like, I would start Trafford then.
You would?
I thought it's a change. We're changing. Because Daps, it's the same thing when we say, oh, why are we still starting so-and-so if so-and-so is here? Edison hasn't had the best season, and everybody did not have, and I get it. But I think, I don't know, it's difficult right now because these guys have signed a keeper who's very hungry.
Yeah.
He's taken the number 1 jersey. That means he shows courage.
Yeah.
We say we want to rebuild. Why should I be benching? When is Trafford going to play? Let me ask you, when is he going to play? Because Edison is guaranteed going, so Edison has to be the backup dancer because he's the order. That's what happens all the time when you pass the mantle. Remember Joe Hart took over. When everybody takes over, somebody becomes the backup dancer. So for me, I'm looking at Trafford.
I've got to say on this, he's young, he needs time. I can't lie, although I hear it, and I think him working under Edison, I don't want it. Nah, bro, that's not for me, because like I want it to be a complete battle. I don't want this to be based on next season. Oh, you know what? Next season, Edison's season, and James Trafford is there to. I want him to learn from him. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want it to be a season where Edison is just seen as the number 1 and Trafford is.
So you want the best to play, whoever is doing well in training.
Yeah, and bro, look, I think something that we might get back to a little bit, right, was and I think we missed massively last season. If you go back to the documentary, the Amazon documentary, the first one, the Centurion season, right? In that, there was a lot of clips of how basically Pep was the manager and Arteta was a lot closer with the players, right? Always remember this one clip where Arteta went to Pep and was talking about Raheem Sterling, saying, Raheem Sterling is a bit down at the moment because he didn't score that goal. And Pep was like, what do you say to him? Basically, where I'm going is that Pep used to leave Arteta to build the relationship with the players, right? And so by doing that, Arteta knew how the players felt. He knew where their confidence was, where their mentality was at that point. Now, from what we hear about last season, we've heard the players say that the coaches weren't communicating with them too much. A lot of the coaches were very quiet, right? I think Kolo Touré and Pep Lijnders are going to be involved with the players on such a regular basis. Really, like I think players have already come out and spoke on Kolo Touré, right? I think Kolo Touré is going to befriend a lot of the players, and he's going to be able to look at players like Edison, look at players like Trafford, and he'll be able to say, look, which one's more confident at the moment, which one's mentality is right. And I think things like that are important. For me, Sorry, 1 second, pardon? Okay, 1 second. I think my doorbell might have went. Just, Kiana, come and tell
that's fine.
Likes. Come and tell
me. Like, this is what I'm saying. For me, after
the like button.
How you doing? I said, this is what I'm saying. If you want a rebuild, I would rather just simply just play Trafford, because I don't know. I just want to see Trafford. And you know what's pissing me off more, Daps, is the fact that maybe we should have bought Trafford for the Club World Cup. And maybe that's when could have been the opportunity to see what he's capable of.
I was always hoping that we were going to get a keeper. in time for the Club World Cup.
Your daughter is funny. She's like this. But
oh, from young, she's been drummed into her about the smash the like button. When she was 3 during COVID, she used to get her iPad and I'd find videos on her iPad, right? And it would be her, like, as a little girl going, "Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Please smash the like button and most importantly, drop a comment down below." When she was like 3. But anyway, now I am right. I pulled up JMCFC, for doing the, Trafford's a young lads, he's going to need time. However, I don't like that approach. But
how old is Trafford, by the way? How old is he?
I think it must be. I think he's about. He's cold. I think he's about 22. Some JMCFC will be able to confirm it. But for me, I don't want it to fully be that. But at the same time, 22. At the same time, I know what our fan base are like. And listen, bro, you've already said now you're going to be on his neck if he has a bad game. Now, it don't matter if we beat Wolves 3-1, but Trafford concedes a goal. There's going to be elements of our fan base that straight away go moaning about him conceding a goal. So I don't know. My ideal, if I'm being completely honest, because I love Edison, and for me, Edison is my City legend. Love Joe Hart to bits, but for me, like, Edison is everything about this City team that have achieved everything, right? Without him, we didn't achieve maybe any of this, Like, the guy is so pivotal in the build-up play in the Pep system. I would like to see Edison start, but what I would like to see is that if Edison gets injured or Edison's form drops or Edison is tired, maybe because internationals away in Brazil, flies back, jet lagged, all that type of stuff, I want Trafford to step up, and then, I hate to say it, but I want him to do such a good job that's it. Edison just goes out as second choice. Just because what I want is when a player gets that opportunity, they take it. And by the way, this is the same. This is mad. We all absolutely fucking love Rodri, Rodri, again, he could go down as our greatest ever player, potentially. He's won the Ballon d'Or. No one else has ever done that. But correct me if I'm wrong, but if Rodri is injured and Nico Gonzalez steps in and puts in performances like Rodri, then we should not be saying, look, Rodri should walk straight back in. We should be saying, do you know what? That's what we want. If someone gets an opportunity, they take it.
That's what I'm saying, that I think that's why I'm understanding that, okay, somebody told me that when you're rebuilding, you just have to move on. And it's hard. This one is hard. It's hard for us because we have certain players that we are all attached to. I know there's people attached to John Stones, by the way, Daps. They don't want Stones out. They say as soon as he's fit, he has to get back in. Yet at the same breath, we want to see Kusanov. I don't know. This rebuild, I think that's why Pep Guardiola is the manager, because this rebuild, it's either you become heartless, you become so heartless and say, oh, the kids are still going to sit on the bench, or you say, okay, the older people are going to sit on the bench, you will be the guys backing up these new guys. We can see a team against Wolves where Rodri doesn't start, it's Nico G and Reinders, you know what I mean? We can see a team where you find Kusanov is starting and Ruben Diaz is on the bench. This can go either way. It can go completely new. It can go to the point where the team on the pitch is completely new, or we can find that he's found a blend between the other people. But for me, I'm all for it. Like big up to Trafford. I still say big up to him. I tweeted this, that big up to him for picking the #1 jersey. I was always asking that, why is anybody not picking it up? And for the fact that interview now, it hits very well. The interview where he said he wants to be the #1. For me, if Trafford succeeds, I think it's beneficial for everybody who's gone on loan. Something that I've been talking about. Because when Angelino came back, I was hoping Angelino succeeded, because he failed, but I want somebody from loan to succeed. I want somebody so that maybe City can see that somebody from loan can actually do well. Because there's few loans that you were like, are you not going to call him back? You know, there used to be few loans where you'd be like, are you not going to call him back? The one that disappoints me to the date of today is Callum Doyle. I always thought Callum Doyle has the capability, because everywhere he goes, he seems to be a top lad, and he always seems to be the best. But now, I saw the interview. I don't know if you saw this before I forget. The Jacob Wright. Jacob Wright just really exposed what you are as an academy player. He said, I just knew that looking at the quality there, it's like even during training, some of these guys can't lose the ball. He talked about Kovacic because the midfielders he can compete with. He's
I've heard that about Kovacic before.
Yeah, he's like, I'm sure. He's like, I know my ability, but these guys are just too good. He's like, the interviewer was like, are you sure? It's like, yeah, they can't even lose the ball. He's like, Kovacic can't lose the ball. Press resistant. Bernardo Silva can't lose the ball. It's like, it's so hard for you to look at this. All you'll do is admire and say maybe one day. So maybe I get it that some of these academy kids, we hype them. But maybe these guys are so much top quality, Daps, in training. Look,
there's a huge difference between the Premier League 2, which is under 23s, or I think it is, or under, and the Premier League, right? And that's why I'll be honest. Look, I'm not here to do Rico Lewis props. I've given my opinion on Rico Lewis so much. I don't see him as a right back. Don't think he will ever be a top class defender. But I do still question if he could be a very high level of a midfielder. I really do think that. The reason why I think that is if you look at all of these players that have struggled to break into Manchester City's starting 11, Rico Lewis broke into our starting 11 when he was, I think, 17 years old, right? He's still only, correct me if I'm wrong, Rico's still only 20, right?
Yeah, he's 20, yeah.
He's been about for 3 years. Now, this is where I think it's weird that if all these other players have struggled to break into our starting 11, what is it about Rico Lewis that, and you know, I do hear the Pep has favourites. Pep can't have got a favourite already. Sorry. So I just need to answer this as well. I explained to you, I'm sure, it was you. It was Sir Wingelot, and I remember your picture. On a show, you asked about, is this Steve's channel or my channel? And I explained it's both our channel. And I went on to say that Steve is having the summer off. And from the minute the season starts, he said next week, I've said, hold on, I know he's going to watch the Palmero game. So from the minute the season starts, Steve is going to be on 3 to 4 times a week. But I hope that clears up for you. But it definitely was you because I remember your picture. Can't forget that picture, can I? No, but the Rico Lewis thing, I still want to see him go. But when you look at all these, the difference between playing that Premier League 2 football or under 18s football and the Premier League is so damn different. Like, it really, really is.
It is, because you know what? I even sit down here. Like, the thing about me is, sometimes I might go a certain way, but when somebody says something to me, I go back and sort of think about it and study it. Because even if we talk about Cole Palmer, I can give an example. I sit now and say, City didn't mess up. I was like, Cole Palmer was going against Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez is what we're talking about. That's the side Cole Palmer was playing, remember? That's the Riyad Mahrez side.
Yeah, and bro, thank you. People will never... Bro, do you know what? That's such a... When people say Cole Palmer, you know, he wasn't given a chance. Riyad Mahrez, right? Riyad Mahrez. So I always find that as well when people talk about, when rivals talk about why didn't Foden cement his place in Man City's lineup as quickly.
KDB's prime.
Well, KDB, David Silva, Yaya Toure were all there during that period, right? That's why Foden took a while to fucking get into the first 11. When you've got players ahead of you, you have to bide your time. People, there's 250 people in it. I'm just going to check what this is. What is that you've just posted? Does anyone see what that is?
Maybe it's a transfer news.
Actually, let me have a quick look. So, people, there's 250 people in here. The likes are on 125, 50% ratio. So there's a lot of you out there that haven't smashed the like button yet. Now, I just want to, I'm just loading up YouTube because I just want to have a quick look at something. I did put something in the poll as well. So if you could have a quick look at the poll and get your votes in. I've given you 4 options. The first one is Grealish and Bobb. The second one is Doku and Savio. The third one is, why did that advert come up? The third one is Savio and Bobb. And the fourth one is Doku and Bobb. Which one of those 4 would you go for, Patrick?
I'll say that again, Savio and what?
Right, so which one of these 4 would you prefer? And if you've got another one, Grealish on the left, Bobb on the right. Doku on the left, Savio on the right. Savio on the left, Bobb on the right. Or Doku on the left and Bobb on the right.
Do you want to hear the funny one I always wanted to see? I just wanted to see it for the... I want to see this just for the culture and just for an agenda. I would like to see Mamouche left, Haaland down the middle, Cherki them play right wing. I just want to see that sound. You know, that front 3 just looks saucy to me. It looks like a front 3 that it reminds me of Sadio Mane, Firmino, and it looks like a dangerous front 3.
Say it again. Say it again.
Okay, do you know how what's his name, Cherki can play right winger.
Yeah.
I just want for one game to just see Mamosh as a left winger, Haaland as the striker, and Cherki as the right winger. I just feel like that's a scary front
Do you know
three.
what? It's one that, like, I know, we all know, right? We've all got this, what we think our best 11 is going to be, should be next season, right? Let's ignore the defense for a second, right? Let's put the defense to one side. I think most of us would probably go, I want to see Rodri, Reinders, Foden, Marmoush, Haaland, Cherki. Yeah?
Yeah.
I think that's one that most of us would say, yeah, you know what, that's the one. But I'm going to, again, keep saying what I've been saying, right? Look at previous games. Marmoush, Savio, and Doku worked, right? Bro,
don't open that kind of words.
Bro, I don't want to hear it neither, because I've just told you what I think the best. But I think Marmoush, Doku, and Savio is very fluid.
Yeah, it is. And unfortunately,
do you know what? If you can find a way to play that with Cherki in there as well, with them three, I don't know. It's just, for me, the one thing I cannot see next season, and I'm going to be, you know, people that are going to be like losing their shit if they see Bernardo and Gundogan in the starting 11. Yeah,
yeah.
Like, I know meltdowns online. Do you know where I'm going to have a personal meltdown?
Yeah.
Doku and Haaland starting together. Bro.
Yeah, it doesn't work out, does it?
Bro, it pisses me off more than the uncles. Honestly.
Yeah, it doesn't work out. What about, talking about youth? What about this? Do you see any, what's the future for this fella? He's picked the jersey number 33 from the 50 he was wearing, or 50, whatever he was wearing. So what's the way forward? I swear to God, I hope that they're not going to be forcing him at the left still. Like, come on, give him, like, I don't know, it's hard even to say where is he going to play midfield, because he's such a great player. And they look like they have refused bids. They keep refusing the bid from Chelsea. They've refused few bids, and then they've convinced him with jersey number. You know when you change your jersey to a decent jersey, you pick yourself.
And he's getting a new contract.
By the way, isn't this was Jesus' jersey 33, wasn't it, when he first came?
I don't know. Was it?
Yeah, Jesus, when he first came, wasn't he wearing the 33?
Do you know what I think this contract and do you know what I think the contract and the change of jersey is to Nico O'Reilly? I think it is probably a Manchester City letting Nico O'Reilly know, listen, bro, we appreciate you, right? And bide your time, right? Last season, at the start of last season, we Nico O'Reilly, all the talk was Nico O'Reilly might be able to play the DM role, remember? Although he's an attacking midfielder, he might be able to play the DM role. Personally, in the pre-season last season, I don't think he blew me away playing in the DM role.
Nah, he didn't. He was actually better. He was actually better when he came on against Chelsea and he was playing next to Gundogan.
Yeah, and I think now he's if you think about last season, like Nico O'Reilly played more. He played more minutes than I think Stones, Ake. He played more minutes last. I'll tell you what, Nico O'Reilly has played more minutes, I'm pretty certain, for Man City now than Oscar Bobb has, right?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Right. So we've seen plenty of him. But at the start of last season, he didn't think he was going to be starting like that. So I think it's more with him. Look, bide your time. You know how good you are. We know how good you are. And there will be game time for him, because we have to remember, bro, we're going into next season. We don't know who's going to stay fit. We don't know who isn't going to be fit. It's a long season. And I think it's just more letting Nico know. And I'm happy. Of all the contracts I've heard so far, the Nico O'Reilly one's probably one of my happier ones, because, like, I think
now he's going to Africa, isn't it? And now he's going to go to Africa, remember?
Yeah, bro, exactly. This is the thing. And I do, but most importantly, I think he's earned it. And that's the key with him. He has earned it. The thing with other players at the moment, I'm like, I do want them to get new contracts and I want them to stay, but I don't think the timing's great at the moment. It's pre-season, so you have to get it done. But with him, he's really, really earned that. Let's just talk on the Paqueta thing. Do you think there's obviously, so Paqueta's been cleared now? Firstly, if I was Paqueta, I'd be getting hold of a solicitor, or a lawyer. They're called lawyers, I think, for rich people. I call them solicitors. But I'd be getting hold of a lawyer and I'd be saying, listen, can I get any compensation out of this? Because if you go to prison on remand, right, and you get found not guilty, then you can take the police to court, the police or the justice system to court for compensation of loss of earnings, right? Now, if you think about this, Paqueta was in contract talks with Manchester City to double his wage when that charge came out, right?
And didn't some of the sponsors drop him? Isn't it? They did.
Oh, the amount of money that he will have lost because of this whole case, is mad, right? Think he was going to double his wage. You're right with sponsors. Loads of sponsorship deals would have gone. We ain't touching this guy. The same reason City said we can't risk with the whole 115 thing going on being associated to this guy. He's lost loads of money, and now I personally think, like, how old is Paqueta? Does anyone know?
27.
All right, so he's still about. Reinders is 27, so it still is an age, prime age.
And the thing is, he was the one that could have changed us in most of the games. This Paqueta thing, I think it hurt me the most. When I was hyping it, I was like, we're getting him, and he could have changed us so much. It was him. He was, and then we had to go and find alternatives because Paqueta was not. Like, for me, I would be pissed off. He could have been at City. He could have won a trophy. He could have bagged the fourth one.
There's so many things. Like I said earlier, I personally think if Grealish started last season, things could have looked a little bit different in some games. And I'm not meaning all, but when we look really tired and Grealish ultimately just wasn't being used, could have changed it. I agree with you 100%. Bro, if Paqueta came in, last season could have been a different season.
Yeah.
Really, because he's got really, really good point. Just a quick super chat. Shout out to Adu on the super chat. Do you think Doku and Nunez get extensions 3 more years? They joined the same summer, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I think this season's a massive one for Doku. Probably from City's point of view and from Doku's point of view. I think City will probably decide if Doku is good enough after this season. But I also think with Doku that I think from Doku's point of view, if Doku probably doesn't get the game time and the recognition that maybe he feels he deserves, after 3 years, he might also go, nah, do you know what? I want to move.
He needs goals, though, Daps. Him and Savio, like, even company, I saw the company video advising him. Doku, I think, is loved by many. Do you know, he's loved by a lot of ballers. Big ballers love him, I think, because they see potential. But I think they also tell him that you do too much. Because even companies say you do too much. Thierry Henry say you do too much. So one footballer recently said Doku does too much. He sometimes just has to keep it simple.
Yeah. Well, do you know who else would say? And what they were saying, they've got a point. But they're ultimately, because, right, I bet if you were to ask Kevin De Bruyne his advice for Doku, he would say the same as Vinny said to him, right? Because De Bruyne. I don't know if you've seen that video, but have you seen the video where it's De Bruyne basically listing who's better out of different players, right? And Raheem Sterling goes on a Kevin De Bruyne really, really, really rates Raheem Sterling. Massively rates him, yeah. And he, like said, he just always knew where to be for some of my crosses. And it's true. Think about that back post or near post, back post Raheem Sterling, or even just popping up, finding little yards of space. So I do hear what people are saying about Doku like that, but at the same time, he's just a different type of winger. It's like Man United had a winger back in the day when I was young. Sorry, talking on them lot, but called Andrei Kanchelskis, right? He was just a different type of winger. So I hear what they're saying about Doku, but just Doku is not that type of player. The other one, I don't know, I was going to say is apparently there's a big 8 or 9 minute clip of Man City's training from the last week. I think on one of the City Weekly podcast YouTube thing. And apparently you don't hear Pep talk much, but the one thing you hear him say very clearly is Savio face the goal, right? And they have decided, it's a bit like, remember the Khaldoon interview where I said at the time, right, that they will only put out on their own YouTube channel what they want you to see, yeah? So ultimately, if like if they've decided they want people to see Pep telling Savio face the goal, is that a bit of a message that look, it is a big thing to them that Pep is trying to tell Savio, look, you need.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like the same time when they released that footage of Pep Guardiola teaching Raheem, remember Raheem used to stink at goal too, and then there's a clip of Pep Guardiola teaching Raheem how to position himself, and then we start seeing Raheem actually doing what Pep Guardiola says. I think Doku and Savio have a lot to learn, and I think if they unlock that particular, it's just you have to know where to sniff the goal. Because let's not forget Vinicius. Vinicius was poor. I remember Vinicius was trying to do this back hills, whatever, and they're not working. You just have to become efficient, and I think Savio and Doku can do it. But I think a lot of people are looking at Doku and saying there's so much potential. All he's missing is goals. So yes, that clip, you're right, because it's the same clip I remember about Raheem, Pep Guardiola coaching Raheem on how to stand and how to receive the ball. If he does that, fair play, because I think Savio and Doku can be great. Yeah,
I do remember that clip of Pep showing exactly how Pep, and then someone had put the clip of him in training and the clip of him actually scoring a goal just like it. Do you know what? Everyone in the comments, thank you. You're right. Andrei Kanchelskis did play for me. I completely forgot about that. I swear, everyone, there's too many Premier League stars that ended up at City and weren't so good for us. But anyway, what else has gone on? What else has gone on since you've been away? Right, the right back. Where are you with the right back thing?
I'm not very happy, but it seems like it's close. But I wasn't very happy. And you know what's funny? We were all insulting that Wesley guy. Then he goes to Roma, and then the page says this guy won everything, the ground jewels. He was the man of the match. I was like, I don't know. I just feel like Man City makes me laugh. We can have a perfect team, but somehow the four backs we always have to have a weakness. It's either we don't have a left back or right back. Like we always have to. Like Man City they have the money to buy all these players, but sometimes they always leave it short and say we're gonna just do a makeshift this, a makeshift that. I would just love to have a proper, a team that is complete.
Look, I've been so vocal. I want a right back, but at the same time, it's one of those things where, right. If you look at where we were in November, December, right?
Yeah.
Since then, we have brought in Kuzanov, Vitor Hayes, two centre backs, right? One of which has a pace, and there's still that question mark around the right hand side. We've brought in Nico Gonzalez. We've brought in Ait Nouri. We've brought in Reinders. We've brought in Marmoush. We've brought in Cherki. We've brought in James Trafford. We've brought in Naipan. If I missed it, ultimately
that other keeper from Chelsea,
which is a bit. So we've brought in. We've been blessed. Do you know what? Our board has pulled its finger out very quickly. We look bad between October and December. Now, did the board maybe fuck up last summer? Yeah, they did. But we look bad between October and December. And in January, our board has pulled its finger out. And then in the summer, it's pulled its finger out. Now, have we had the perfect transfer window? Of course not, because we wanted a right back. Maybe we would say we wanted Wirtz, right? We didn't want Cherki, we wanted Wirtz. So there's all... But I just think, you know what? When people are saying things like, it's outrageous that we haven't got a right back yet, I think, come on, man. Like, the board has done a lot in the space of 6 months that take other clubs years to do. And as an example, people waxing lyrical about Liverpool non-fucking stop, right? But it's like, okay, cool. So you're going to forget everything wrong that the FSG have done, right? And here's one that I'm going to keep speaking about. All I keep hearing is that Liverpool are having a 10-10 transfer window, right? Because they've got everyone they've got. And that Man City's transfer window is not that good just because we haven't got a right back, right? So our window's really, really bad because we haven't got a right back, and that is a weakness. I agree. But and no one talking about, and I keep going on Never a Foul and saying, I'm going to keep saying this because it's a conversation, right? Liverpool have 3 centre-backs. One is Van Dijk, who is, I think, soon to turn 34, right? I believe. Or he's certainly in his 30s, and he's had a previous ACL. The other two are Kanate and fucking Gomez, who are both injury notes, sickness notes.
Isn't Konate out of contract too? Is his contract not left like 1 year?
So he's got 1 year left, but that's separate to that. I'm talking about next season, right? And for me right now, if people are going to criticize our transfer window,
Daps, don't forget the number 2 keeper left, isn't Callagher left? Remember?
Yeah, but they brought in Mama Vashvili.
Did they bring another one? I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, they got him last summer. But what I'm saying is that if people want to shit all over our transfer window just because we didn't get a right back, then have the same energy. That for me, if Liverpool don't get probably 2 centre backs, then they're at risk of being great going forward. We know Liverpool are going to be a massive problem next season and going forward. But if they get an injury to a centre back, let alone 2, that could be very peak for them. So we have to have the same energy for Liverpool as City fans, and especially on streams, Patrick, when you do Never a Foul, if everyone's going on about how amazing Liverpool's transfer window has been, please, until they get 2 centre-backs over the line, keep reminding people remember when Liverpool last had a chance to retain the Premier League and Van Dijk got injured. And in January, they were top of the league, and their board went out and bought 2 really, really crap centre-backs, right? And
was it Caban? Whatever his name is. I forgot Caban, whatever his name is. And Davis, isn't it? Davis and Caban, whatever his name is.
Yeah. And that's the thing, that at the moment, Liverpool, spot on, Liverpool look top-heavy, right? And look, like I said, they're the champions, they've strengthened, so they should be favourites. But all of this, the amount of people that are throwing towels in going, the league's already done, I think that isn't what we're built on. And secondly, they get a couple of injuries and that is it. And Jarvis, they don't play the high line that we play every game, so they will be fine at the back. They won't be if they get injuries, bro. Because if you get injuries, it doesn't matter whether you play the high line or not. If you've only got 1 centre-back left to field, because what will happen is, and this is one of the things that people are saying is that, Gravenberch can do a job as a centre-back. Well, we've seen this at City before when we played Fernandinho as centre-back. If you and you've seen it at here we go. This is one of the entitled ones. And by the way, he's been going from young. But no right back. Stu will go off on one about the fact we haven't got a right back. He won't be happy until City get a right back, right? It's come on, bro. We've had a good window. And this guy will twerk for Liverpool, but we'll just keep going on about we haven't got a right back. But I bet you he won't say, but Liverpool, Liverpool needs centre backs. Hold tight, Stu, though. Good guy. Right, a couple of Stu chaps. If Doku didn't work, where will City look for left wing? When are we meaning?
Mamouche.
Savio.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's too much, guys. We have so much in this squad. There's so much. Like Doku fails, Mamouche comes in. Mamouche fails, Savio comes in. Surely all 3 won't fail.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I think you're right. We're too spoiled. We're too spoiled if you think about it. It's just I know that the right back thing, obviously, we could have done better. But overall, we've covered things very well because I know nobody really wants to see it, but Nunez hasn't been a bad right back recently. So,
but look, the Nunez one is interesting, isn't it? I'm not. It's hard for me because I do agree. I want a right back, and it's one of them ones where I've had a few arguments where I'll say Jed Spence, and people go, "Nah, Jed Spence isn't good enough." But I'm like, Jed Spence is a right back, right? And one of the issues we have is that Nunez is not a right back, so he doesn't look. Livramento's not got mad pace like Kyle Walker, but because he's a right back, his reading of the game knows how to sense danger, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with Nunez, he hasn't got that there. So when you're talking about the difference between having a right back and having a makeshift right back, is that a right back will just be able to read danger. Look, to be playing at this level, they've been playing at a very high level. They just sense danger. It's something there. So yeah, I would have had Jed Spence. I'm not happy with it, but at the same time, I think this is one of the great things going into the season, Patrick. Yeah, is I'm watching Pep. I want to see how Pep overcomes this transition thing. I want to see what he does. We want to see if Marmouche is as good as we think he's going to be. Right? There's so many different things, but The Nunez one is interesting because, like, back end of last season, I remember a good few games where Nunez and Nico O'Reilly won us games, both of them, on the left and right. Yeah. And can Nunez continue to develop as a right back, right? And actually, could we have a bit of egg on our face, some of us that have been really slanderous about him? I guess we're going to find out soon. Other one is, in my opinion, our left wing and right back is our weakness. Doku is tricky, but he ends up in brick wall all the time. Realising Prime, Sterling and Walker was so important for us. I think not just that, I think even if you look at Prime Mahrez as well, I think Mahrez Walker down that right-hand side is probably something that we never really as a fan base wax lyrical about. Walker and Mahrez, sensational down that side. Sterling, you know what? Sterling actually did it without an actual left-back behind him. So shout out to Sterling for doing that as well. Yeah, there was something else I was going to say there, but I can't think what it was. Something triggered me in there to say about it, and I can't think what it was.
Well, what? Somebody triggered you?
No, not triggered me. Not triggered me. It was a thought pattern. This is one thing when we talk about left wingers, right? Is I know everyone, right? So there's a guy that's come on the channel once or twice. His name's Callum Howson, big City fan from Manchester, but he lives over in Portugal now. He's lived there for a long time. And whenever I go to Portugal, I meet up with him just for, he actually doesn't drink, but we meet up just for a chat about football. And he literally was like, from the minute we met, was just going, we need left winger, we need left winger, we need left winger. And I kept trying to bring the conversation back to a right back, yeah? And he kept just going on about left winger. And I go to him, look, can I be honest? I know you're a big Rodrigo fan. He's like, yeah, I am. I'll go, so is this not you want a left winger? Is this actually you want Rodrigo? Because if it is, just tell me you want Rodrigo. Tell me that it's not because. And then I said to him, right, I said, so you watch a lot of Spanish football? He goes, yeah. I said, cool. So if you're talking about Rodrigo at Real Madrid last season before, and then you look at Savio at Girona on the left-hand side, right? People, someone in the chat, I said, weren't their numbers quite similar? Right? So, and by the way, I'm not here saying Savio is better than Rodrigo, but I think it would be a bit mad if we went out and threw, you know, to get Rodrigo, you're going to be having to pay him about 300 grand a week. Yeah. So that coming in is going to cause a bit of unrest, a lot of money. It would be mad to do that without giving Savio a chance on the left-hand side, I think.
Yeah.
Like, and that's another thing on Pep, by the way. Why have we not seen it enough? Why have we not, before we go and throw any money at anything, why have we not seen Savio on the left-hand side? Because the small sample size we do have, he's good there. I just don't really get. I mean, I'll be honest, that it's probably the one that I want to see the most. I want to see Marmoush on the left, but I just think Savio could unleash Haaland more from the left-hand side.
Yeah. No, there's a lot to see because we're also yet to see Oscar Bobb. Is this going to be Oscar Bobb's season? We're yet to see Savio on the left. Is he going to cook on the left? It's just, it was frustrating that like Pep Guardiola did come in the media. Remember the game where Savio and Doku shifted themselves? They swapped. Doku went right, and of course Doku loves to play at the right. Believe it or not, people don't get it. He actually looks more dangerous on the right hand side. And then Savio went to left, and they were so dangerous that game. Things were cooking, and then he says, "Oh, they swapped themselves. I did not say anything." And then when he decided to start benching one of them, remember, he started benching one of them. I was like, this guy, is he punishing them? I think he was punishing them.
I honestly do believe that last season, like as someone that's been through a divorce before, right? And things that I heard about at City, kind of from as early as July, August time last summer, I did hear that a lot of things were changing. It didn't seem like the happy vibes that had previously been there. Now, in hindsight, if your captain of your ship is going through a divorce, right, then maybe things aren't as fun. And at that point, we didn't know he was going through a divorce. Bro, I can't lie. I think Pep tried to ruin everyone's fun last. I think until February, when he got back, you know, when things started going better with his missus and, you know, Pep started looking like the old Pep, I think, and this isn't an attack on Pep because trust me, I did it. I swung out too many wrong people. But bro, if you're going through a hard time, you don't want to see people having fun. Like,
that's a funny one. He was like, oh, they're enjoying. Nah, yeah. I don't want them to have double J.
Switching yourselves. No. That does not. Bro, Henry said if Henry got dragged, didn't he? Because
yeah, he did, yeah.
Oh, because he did, like, after scoring a goal, Pep dragged him and said,
do you think that's the reason why he saw Nico G do good performances against Newcastle and we beat them 5-0 and we perform against Chelsea? He's like, nah, man, go.
Too much fun, guy. 4-0. No. We're not trying to do 4-0s this season, but no, right, people.
I get it. I think now he looks more positive now. I've even seen him in pictures. He looks happier.
He does. 100% he does. Right, people. Oh, in fact, have you lot started yet, Cass?
I'm starting.
No. So your game hasn't started yet. No. Who are you playing? Oh, it's Man United v Everton, isn't it, tonight? Yeah, Man United v Everton.
Well, Man United's playing Everton.
Yeah, and Man United very excited because Mbeumo's starting. So, and Cunha, both of them are starting. Jesus.
Well, my brother was excited. He said they cooked in the last game. That's what he told me.
Right. Well, so just to bring a few things to your attention as far as the channel. So you might have seen earlier on, Patrick mentioned it. I uploaded a video earlier. I'm going to start to do uploads once a day. Just little 10-minute videos. So they will be going out every day. Appreciate everyone that's watched it so far. Dropped a comment. It's me talking, and then you drop your comments and tell me if I'm right or wrong and whatever.
Yeah, and rate my thumbnails.
Yeah, and rate Cass's thumbnails.
Wait. He what? He makes the thumbnails?
He made that thumbnail. Yeah.
Which one? Which one?
The Grealish one.
Oh, let me see. I'll see it.
It's good. It's very good. Very clean is what I would say. Bit like our third kit. But we will be back tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning. We're going to be going live now every morning at 10:30 again for the next week. And then from next Monday, so a week tomorrow. Oh, that's better. Thank you. We will be doing 2 shows a day. So, for example, there will be the show that me and Patrick do. There'll be one of those during the week. So just... is the camera closer? Yeah, it is. It is a bit closer today. But appreciate all the support with the channel. As I say, it's been a hard summer, bit of a slog after we had a great start to the summer with the transfer window. Then we had the Club World Cup. Everything slowed down, but we're going into season 2 weeks. In fact, do you know what? 2 weeks today, we will know if Liverpool are going to win the league or not.
How are we going to know that? By Isaac signing?
No. 2 weeks today, Liverpool play Crystal Palace in the Community Shield. If they beat Crystal Palace, then Liverpool win in the league. They're cursed.
Oh, the curse. The curse. Yeah.
We only have to wait 2 weeks to find out if Liverpool will win in this league or not. Bro, if Crystal Palace win the Community Shield, yeah, then we're doomed. We're absolutely doomed. I can't lie. But Patrick, you got anything coming up, or you just being a working man right now?
No. I don't have anything coming up. I'll be. Do you know what's good? What I can say is I'll be going. I'll be going live at night after work. Then.
Okay. So perfect. Because I'm going to be doing a few more late night shows as well. So we'll definitely get one over here, and we'll get.
Yeah, get the American people going because they love 11 o'clock shows.
Okay. Oh, that's late for me. I can't do them ones.
I know, but one of my friends. I don't know if you know him. He has a lot of people from America. International people from America. I think it's because I was like, why? He's like, because at 11. Then I looked at the time. I was like, at 11, it's actually a good time in America for them. They've gone off work or something. So it makes sense. But anyway, big up to everybody. Big up to everybody in the chat, and hopefully you guys enjoy. And big up to you, Daps, for keeping the regular shows.
And you're right, Thunder Road. It isn't 2 weeks time. It's next week. It is next week. So, and Bella's saying, Pat, you're looking well. You are looking well. You're looking very healthy, bro. Very healthy.
Yeah, but I've gained weight now.
Bro, listen, when my real dad moved to Thailand, when I used to go out there, right, I would always be told, big, strong man. I'd be like, you look so healthy. And I'm like, no, I look fat.
I know. I'm telling you.
Why it says you're eating well. It just tells us you're eating well right now.
It's this new thing. This new treatment they give me. You starve. And I went and asked the question. I was like, why am I starving so much? They're like, it's the injection. Like, that's proper starving. Like, where you're like, but I have eaten, and you keep just eating, and I have to stop. I'm like, I'm gonna have to stop.
Bro, I see. I'm the same, but without the treatment, bro. I can't stop eating. It's really bad.
Man, now I'll be glad. I've got my protein powder. It's coming. I had to get it all the way from America because there's a different type of protein. It has to be natural, no sugars and stuff. So it's coming. So now I'm back in the gym tomorrow. So.
Lovely. Right, people, this is going to redirect over to Cass's channel. For those that don't know, I live with Cass. Cass is a Manchester United fan. He has a Manchester United channel. So what we need to do is, it's a watch long. Firstly, up the toffees, right? Secondly, I want you to stay where you are. This is going to redirect over there, and I want you to hashtag rags. That's all you have to do. Hashtag rags.
And you're going to enjoy watching Cass, especially if United are losing.
And trust me, yes, stay on there, because if they lose, it's complete meltdown season. Right, people, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10:30. Until then, we are out.
Bit of sad news for you, though. I've lost my dog recently.
Aww.
Thanks for the sympathy. I went out looking for him, I couldn't find him anywhere. My dad said to me, "You need to get back out there and you need to look harder." So I went out, got myself a couple of tattoos and a Stone Island jacket.